actually created a whole world, not just musically, but also like visually, artistically for your fans. Was that ultimately the goal, like from the get-go?
Yeah.
Where did you come up with this? Or is this just like a happy coincidence? It happens.
No, it's, I don't know. We've always felt like, especially today, for someone to dive into a record, you have to give them a little more than just a handful of songs. Well, why do those songs belong together? But not only that, why are they, I don't know, what is everything around them? What's the purpose of that?
Yeah.
And I think that there's so many opportunities for artists like us today creating records for us to fill all these. I mean, we could say, hey, let's just make it this font, let's make it this color, let's make the music video this thing and just get it over with. And it's just such a waste of an opportunity to be creative, to kind of put your own spin on something, to put your story inside of something. And so I just think that bands can, I don't know, they can be really relaxed when it comes to those decisions. I think that when bands or artists get signed, they look to their label to answer a lot of those questions for them.
Mm-hmm.
And no, as soon as you get signed, that's when your work starts, and you show them this is the inspiration, this is the story, this is the direction. And a good label like ours follows that and lets us run with it and believes in us and trusts us.
I was going to ask about like the message behind all of your, like the videos and all that, but I don't want to, because I think I want to leave that for fans to interpret. My interpretation of all the stuff that you're doing is always like, I always look at it from a mental health perspective, where you're always trying to find the positives and for people to see the positives in themselves or wherever it may be. So I don't want you to necessarily have to answer that, but like,
no, I mean,
just
they're all good. I mean, the point of making something is to get people to ask questions, to wonder what it's all about. And sadly, a lot of times today, a lot of things that are created, a lot of songs that are written, there isn't really an answer to those questions. And it's, well, it just rhymed, or it sounded good next to each other. But for us, we wanted to make sure that we had answers to the questions that you have. And ultimately, I think that I've learned that the beginning of purpose, which is something we're all seeking, we're all looking for, is creating something that only you understand. I mean, you literally can manifest your own purpose right then and there, because only you understand it. And then slowly you can decide how much to bring other people in and to explain to them what it means. And that's why we enjoy creating so often and so much, because it, in a sense, is answering a big question that we have, which is, what is our purpose? I don't know, it's kind of heavy.
That's a big question. Oh my god.
Big question.
That's so here's another big question, because I went onto your guys' page and I noticed in your merchandise, you guys have a trench cassette. So
yeah,
a cassette, why? Which is awesome, by the way. I mean, I can respect that. I'm like an 80s kid, but
I think we both did this when we were younger, but did you ever, like, when the radio was on, you had your thing,
you
and
record it. Oh,
record and play at the same time?
Yes.
And then you just create your own mixtapes on cassette.
I'm only 19, so I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Oh yeah, because you were born with an iPod, and
That's right.
Perfect. Thanks so much, you guys.
Thank you.
I think you're referring to the song called Neon Gravestones, which kind of is definitely a more black and white. The lyrical content is very straightforward. A lot of times I like to drench the songs in metaphors and, trying to say something that's been said before, but in a way that's never been said. I mean, that's where the metaphor comes in. There's certain songs, and Neon Gravestones is one of them, where it was worth it to just say what I'm thinking, say what was on my mind. And I think ultimately with that song, I was acknowledging that the way our culture is right now, I think that we've made leaps and bounds to be able to talk about it, to it be an open, not an uncomfortable conversation for, men and women to have these conversations about what they're working through, what struggles are they going through, because talking about it and being open about it is it's healthy. And so I felt like that base was really covered, but there was another aspect of those issues that I felt like I wanted to address inside the song Neon Gravestones, which is looking at this as a challenge, stepping up and saying, no, I challenge you to keep going. I challenge you to beat this and win. And I know that for me, if someone were to say that to me, that's something that I would respond positively to, because sometimes just being told, I hear you, and there's other people that know what you're going through, sometimes that's just not quite enough. And to be met with a challenge to actually step up and defeat this thing, like I said, is something that I respond positively to, and would like to believe that there's some people in, our fan base that respond the same way. And so that was kind of the angle on that song.